Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera Hbar. So with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night if you guys are out there in the world. One of the biggest things that we have been focused on this entire year and even going back to 2023 has been the growth of the ecosystem around Hedera. One shines the brightest though, and that is SashaSwap. Guys, DeFi on Hedera has been blowing up. It has been on fire. In fact, if we actually look at this going all the way back to 2022, Hedera's DeFi market has been outperforming everything else. Outperforming the DeFi market. Since August of 2022, SashaSwap has soared with a 200+% increase in TVL compared to the broader DeFi market. This success has catalyzed user and developer growth, firmly establishing Hedera's presence in the realm of decentralized finance. And honestly, as we really look at SashaSwap, guys, I keep telling you about them, because they are here to build. They are here to make a ton of noise. And that's exactly what they have been doing. And I'm very excited to see this happening. Because again, the entire Hedera ecosystem has been incredible to watch grow. But SashaSwap, this has been a project that has been killing it since day one. And again, it's very exciting. Outside of that, TVL surpassing 1 billion Hbar. This is crazy to say the least. I mean, it's crazy. I can't even, there's nothing else that I could really kind of say besides it's crazy, because this has been growing rapidly. We have SashaSwap's TVL, total value locked, has reached a record high, surpassing 1 billion Hbar. This TVL is equivalent to 3.027% of Hbar's circulating supply. SashaSwap now ranks as the 23rd top decentralized exchange in TVL according to DeFi Llama. And when we look at this, I mean, to start 2024, this was sitting at about roughly under 600 million Hbar. It has surged over 400 million plus Hbar in that short amount of time. That is wild to me. But even beyond this, when we go over here to the polls on SashaSwap, guys, there's $72.5 million locked up in liquidity pools on Hedera, on SashaSwap. If we look at the 1 year spent, let's actually go back to the all-time, right? This has been up only since going all the way back to July of 2022. Or sorry, July of 2022. Sorry, I was looking at this and I was tripping out a little bit. I thought that was 2022 or 2023. This is actually 2022 back here. So it started with about roughly $8.6 million. And I actually remember when we surged up to $10+ million on this. That was the time that you really wanted to start focusing on the DeFi space for Hedera. Since then, we hit a high back in January of 2023 at about 31.2 million. Now, it did heavily sell off, right? Lost about roughly over half of the amount. But then it started to surge again right around October all the way into December. And here we are at now. It's absolutely incredible to see this. And even if we look at the 1 year span in terms of volume, this takes a little bit to load. But we can see the overall volume here on the 1 year span. December 30th on the 1 week, $37.2 million worth of volume on SashaSwap. That's extremely exciting to see. And there's a ton of great liquidity pools on here that are improving the liquidity of some great projects in the space. Like, for example, even Galaxy. You love to see it. And again, this is only going to continue to improve. There's only going to continue to see, there's only going to continue to be a lot more cryptocurrencies and projects added to this list. Like, for example, even Q&T's on here, which is very exciting to say the least. But also, focus on the actual tokens around some of these ecosystem players, like, for example, Sauce. I mean, this thing has surpassed a Hbar in terms of price. But look at the chart for this thing. I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. Up only practically. And if we go and look at the 1 year span, it's up 100 and almost 50% off of the overall lows. We go back to the 1 year span, it's up almost 100%, or the 1 month span, it's up almost 100%. I mean, this thing has been beautiful to watch. Galaxy also doing incredible moves going all the way back to November. This is what I'm saying, right? The ecosystem players like even Karate, they are blowing up right now. You need to focus in on these big players. Even the top Hedera ecosystem tokens, check it out. I mean, these are some big players as well, and they've been growing fast, which is exactly why I say focus on the ecosystem, but also focus on the player itself, meaning Hedera. I truly believe that this is going to be Hedera's year. I think that Hedera has solidified its name in the space as a top tier project. But also, look at the accounts. DeFi is bringing a lot more users to Hedera. We go back to January 18th. Guys, 50,000 plus created accounts. This has slowly died down, but if we look at the past 1 month, 204,000 plus created accounts. Active accounts, 175,000. This is very exciting stuff. And of course, I don't even need to tell you guys about the transactions in 1 month, 2.21 billion. Love to see it. Again, focus in on this. This is why I'm telling you guys, the flood already started. The flood is already here for Hedera. Outside of that, TPS, here you guys have a great comparative analysis of average transactions per second across leading blockchains. This is from House of Chimera. This is the 30-day average. It has been significant on Hedera as the ecosystem is currently leading the pack. The TPS of the Avalanche ecosystem appears to be low. However, it only accounts for the C chain, the real TPS. C chain plus subnets is significantly higher, estimated to be around 170. But here we actually have real TPS, by the way, Hedera leading the pack. I mean, this is incredible to say the least, comparing it to some of the larger players out there like Algorand, even Ethereum, Bitcoin, Avalanche, CeeLo, Phantom, even Binance. I mean, this is kind of crazy. But this is also why I say if you go back to the overall list over here and you look at some of the market caps of these big players, I mean, I truly believe that Hedera is coming for that top 10. I truly believe it. I've been saying it for a while now. I believe that it's going to happen probably this cycle simply because of the amount of work put in and how fast they have been growing and how much they have been building. It's incredible to say the least. Outside of that, though, we look at what's been happening around the space. Bitcoin ETFs. Everyone has been talking about ETFs. And the question everyone has been asking, what is next? We have from the Hbar Foundation. They are quoting Shane Higdon. We will look back on this day as the catalyst that sparked revolutionary change in the finance and banking world, or is it going to be a dud? In my opinion, yes. I believe the case is we are basically going to see a large amount of moves being made by some of the biggest players out there. I talked about this in XRP videos recently. If I go over here to my highlights, it's the #1 post on here. I said I strongly believe that we're starting to move away from the speculative market into a much more mature one. And when we talk about that, right, we have to look at the giants. We have to look at the giants like Hedera, Stellar, things like that. I said it would be a bad decision to avoid the key factors and rather be distracted by just what the ETFs do short term. Remember what the ETFs really are, a welcome mat for the Web 2 retail herd. We witnessed Larry Fink and various other TradFi leaders practically spotlight tokenization as the biggest thing in the history of tech on mainstream media, by the way. I reported on the giants already tapped in on various fronts regarding this as well, like Hedera with Aberdeen, or even Stellar with Franklin Templeton. And these are just two of many. Now, when we look at the next post here, this is from Aberdeen. The real prize for most businesses will come from developing on public blockchains which offer then the ability to scale products and services through access to a wide global audience. And here we actually have a quote from the senior investment manager. Corporate leaders that fail to evolve will be left behind by the more advanced financial institutions who are already on a path to public blockchain adoption. And this is actually, like I said, it got posted on January 18th. And this is talking about, I like blockchain, but I hate crypto. And it's an interesting headline. But if we look down here, right, we can see how, currently speaking, when we look at the use cases, when we look at the big players that are already moving towards public blockchains like PayPal, Visa, EDF, and so many other great players, they are getting ready. They are preparing for this because they see what's happening. This is the next technological wave, right? And it's only going to continue from here on out. Here's greater blockchain adoption means increased demand for its cryptocurrency. This is going to happen. They need to evolve blockchain adoption as well. The traditional corporate world needs to progress their understanding of blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies beyond the headlines. In financial services, where this rhetoric is most common, corporate leaders that fail to evolve will be left behind by the more advanced financial institutions, who are already on a path to public blockchain adoption. Fortunately, there is still time to close the gap, but with 2024 set to be a big year for blockchain adoption, they should make the most of this opportunity now. And again, it's kind of crazy to see a player like Aberdeen talking about this, because when we look at what's behind these names, I mean, these are not small time players. But this is why I keep telling you guys, you need to focus in on the ones that are putting in the work, that are here making a difference. Because again, now we are starting to see the flood of those institutional and enterprise players. They're jumping in on this space heavy. They understand what's going on around this technology. That's why when we look at the overall market cap of crypto, I laugh at this being a sub $2 trillion asset class. I truly do. But beyond that, like, everyone's focused on like the short term and what's happening around the short term. Oh, Bitcoin lost $40,000. It's game over. Everyone sell your cryptocurrency. Like, that's what everyone has been saying. Like, it's kind of crazy to see this type of bearish nonsense at a time in the market where I feel as though the soil is already ripe. All we have to do is be patient. The big players are here. They're trying to plant their seeds with specific players. You have Aberdeen choosing Hedera. You have big players tapping into Hedera, and even Toko, which is built on Hedera. But beyond that, you also have Stellar. I mean, when we really look at this space, I feel as though everyone is caught up in the short term. Like, I look at this $1.55 trillion global crypto market cap, and I just can't help but to laugh at it, because you look at tokenization, which is already happening on Hedera, right? Global real estate is a big one for Hedera. That is a $300 trillion asset class. Guys, we're not even at 2 trillion. That is a 100x going back to 2021's all-time high market cap of crypto. Now, I don't say that to, throw hopium at you, but I'm just saying, like, everyone is thinking so damn small about this space, and I get it, right? It's a speculative space. It's high risk, high reward. But when you look at players like Hedera and what they are trying to do, what they are trying to become, and the players that they're tapped in with, right? Like Aberdeen, you can't help but to think where we are headed. And over the course of the next few years, I mean, this entire space is going to change drastically. And I do believe that the ETFs, I feel as though it is the start. I really do believe that the ETFs are the beginning of this. And I think that this is going to catalyze the entire space. And it's going to spark the revolutionary change, just like Shane Higdon is saying here. I think that the next step is tokenization, payments. What use cases can we create with this technology? What is the most efficient players in the space? And you don't think that Hedera is going to be brought up in question? Because in my opinion, it's 100% going to be brought up. Why? Look at the players on the GC list. Look at what Hedera has accomplished in just the last 3 years alone. This is a game changer, and everyone needs to be focused in on what's actually going on here instead of just going over to X, going over to even YouTube, right? And listening to nonsense talking about how in the short term, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Listen, nobody knows. Nobody knows, including myself. Nobody knows. You have to make sure that you are doing your own research. You need to make sure that you have your own plans. You need to make sure that you understand where we are at right now in this technological advancement. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And also, if you guys do want to go check out NordVPN, 63% off right now utilizing my link, limited time only. You also get access to a malware scan, alerts and leaked credentials, tracker and ad blocker. All of this is going to protect you in the long run. Guys, extra layers of security is so damn crucial in this space and even outside of this space. If you guys do want to go utilize my link right now on a 2-year plan, it is roughly sub $100 depending on your tax country. And you could also pay with cryptocurrencies, which I think is an incredible offering because, again, most players out there don't even offer any cryptocurrency payments. So if you guys do want to go check out NordVPN, like I said, link down in the description below as well as in the comments below. And with that being said, this has been Nick. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.